Get this game on my board. Yes, asexual attorney. All right, Turnabout reclaim. Rhymes' move matrix. Ugh, heck. Okay. Start playing? Sure. Hoo-ha! Okay. The whole truth. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember the spectators' screams clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Ms. de Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. So now we're back to the orca again, I see. If you're going to give testimony like that, why did I bother putting you on the stand? All I'm doing is telling the truth. That day, Sasha wanted to do the old version of the Swashbuckler Spectacular. So I suggested she hide the body in the Skull Rock and move it to the orca pool. I was going to figure out what to do with the body after the show was over. The orca is the one that killed the captain. It wasn't me, and it wasn't Sasha. So it was Mr. Rhymes' idea to hide the body in the Skull Rock. But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he protect Sasha? False charges against Sasha would mean he himself would escape suspicion. So why? Mr. Ryan, how about if you leave this to me? Athena? Do you mean you heard something? Yep, noise. Discord in Mr. Rhymes' heart. So that means somewhere in his testimony there's an inconsistency in his emotions. All right, Athena, give him a good counseling session. You got it, boss. Huh? What's this? What are you getting, Athena? Well, his testimony is pretty complex. Feelings of deep sadness and intense anger are being called up. Those two emotions seem to be running out of control. Out of control emotions? Is that going to be a problem? We'll have to probe their cause if we're going to get to his true emotions and testimony. There might even be odd or unnatural spots in his testimony he isn't even aware of. All right, let's probe for the cause of his out-of-control emotions then. I'll explain how to probe. Let's find the root cause together. When you see something off in a statement, press probe with the left button. Left shoulder button. Next, point to what's causing Mr. Rhymes' out-of-control emotions. Finally, press the X button to complete the process. When emotions are out of control, memories can be recalled incorrectly. If you still ain't found anything after all the statements and images, I'll help. Great. All right, I'll get started comparing the statements with the images. Ooh, boy! In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slapped into the water. I can still remember the spectators' screams clearly. Is that a screaming audience? I don't know if that's a screaming audience. They might have thought it was a part of the show. Got it! Do we? I didn't even get to the rest of it. I doubt there were any spectators there at the show stage when the owner died. If there had been, those witnesses would have told us the true crime scene right away. What? Oh. Of course, I just made a mistake. Okay. Well, I made the sadness subside. So maybe the spectator's part was what was making him sad? I wonder why he would make that mistake, saying spectators were there. How strange. The only thing I can think of is that he was mixing up one memory with another. Like, he was in a similar situation before, and he was deeply imprinted on his heart. A situation where an orca killed somebody and there were spectators there. Hey, I think I know why he's mixing up his memories. The reason why Mr. Rhymes mixed up his memories is... Sasha. Heck, why is that not... Why do they take away all my evidence? This one, okay. The case from last year.
Take that!
Mr. Rhymes, I think I know what happened. Could you have been mixing up what happened a year ago with this incident? Maybe that's why you slipped and said the owner was killed in front of spectators? What? How did you... You're right. I did see the orca kill somebody a year ago. But what about it? I was just one of the spectators. Really? Just another spectator? There must be a reason why you feel great sadness about that incident last year.
Silence!
Stop this nonsensical scrutiny of feelings. Just present evidence to prove your point. Hey, boss, do we have any kind of evidence that would back us up here? There is one piece that comes to mind that might explain his sadness. Well, I'm waiting. Let's see this evidence that has to do with Marlon Rhymes' sadness. I mean... It's the charm, perhaps?
Take that!
I don't know. Azura Summers died an accidental death 1 year ago. This is her boyfriend's charm. Hey, what are you doing with that charm? It was found in Rifle's stomach yesterday. Judging by your reaction, I believe this charm belongs to you. I guess I need to push him just a little harder to make him admit it. When Mr. Rhymes said the word charm, he was very rattled. We better examine this charm a little more. Good idea. Let's look inside it. Huh? What's this? A photograph? Aww. Hey, this is Azura Summers and Marlon Rhymes. Mr. Rhymes, you and Azura Summers were a couple, weren't you? So what if we were a couple? Doesn't have anything to do with the captain's case. You believe you saw the orca kill your girlfriend. That's the cause of your sadness. Isn't that emotion of yours connected to the current case?
Silence!
The only thing you revealed was the witness's connection to the victim of last year's incident. What does the witness's past have to do with the case at hand? I don't know yet. But we managed to pinpoint the source for his sadness. Now let's delve into who Mr. Rhymes is angry at. Okay. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. Info update. I can still remember the captain's dead body clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Ms. De Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. Why did you freak? Well, let's see what the bug right. Now this out-of-control sadness has been subsided, and the situation is a little different. Let's think about why I was so intensely angry. Well, the captain never got shot up into the air like that. We know that. So maybe he's thinking about what happened to Sasha Summers. Or Azura Summers.
Got it!
Do we? So what's the cause of Mr. Rhymes' intense anger? Well, I don't think he was directed at that. Let's think about who was really angry and why. Okay. Oh, hold on. He's really angry at the orca, which is why he's trying to kill her. Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding a body, you freaked. Because you're mad at the orca? Or are you mad? No.
Got it!
Maybe? Mr. Rhymes, you're angry with Orla, aren't you? Angry? At an orca? Why would I be? Again, we just determined it was your girlfriend that got killed. If you think I have some reason to be mad, then show me some proof. Do I have proof that Mr. Rhymes has a reason to be mad? I mean, yes? The charm, the death? Yes. I mean, I assume it's this. I mean, I assume it's the charm, right? I don't... The thing is, you know what it is, but you don't know if the game agrees with you. I bet that evidence we just took a look at would come in handy here. There you go, thank you. This charm indicates that you are Azura Summers' boyfriend. I'm sure you believe Orla killed your girlfriend a year ago. You lost your girlfriend, and so you've been angry at Orla. Alright, admit it. I'll never forgive that orca. Azura is dead, and that orca is still swimming around, happy as a clam. I became an animal keeper just so I could prove that orca is a killer. You're right, I want that orca to pay. There, do you feel good dragging up a person's past, but still doesn't change anything? 30%. He's right. I disagree. It does change things. His out-of-control emotion quieted down. Now I should be able to find out the truth behind that emotion. Okay. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Anger and sadness. Sure. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. Also anger and sadness. I can still remember the captain's dead body clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Ms. De Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. Okay, he says he freaked. But we do not view freaked as an emotion. You said you freaked. Where's the freaking?
Got it!
When Ms. De Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, you freaked? Really? What are you getting at? With Ms. De Plume as a witness, Orla was guaranteed to be accused of the murder. Didn't it work out exactly as you'd hoped? In order to have Orla put down, you made sure Ms. De Plume witnessed that scene. Info update. Oh no. Just... No noise. Bye-bye. So you figured all that out, did you? Mr. Rhymes? Or are you admitting it?
Queso.
Quazo. Hey, Dogai. I didn't really want to have to fight anybody but the Orca. But you leave me no choice. Eh? Mark? What are you doing? Honey! Okay. Now it's time to get serious. Oh, I want one. Yo, 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 ho. Ahoy, me meat brothers represent. The fast your grass eaters stay free. Take me words and pop them in your mouth. So I grass something, yo-ho. Bro, I'm ready for the showdown. Okay. What is going on? Where did this pirate fellow come from? He looks like a completely different person. Ooh. Order. If we don't have order, Prosecutor Blackwell will yell at us. It's true, but it's not. Even Prosecutor Blackwell is at a loss for words. So I plan to have that wench be a witness? You cut me out. It be true, I thought that Orca's murderous ways should be found out. That'd be why I schemed to have De Plume see the body. So you admit it? You deliberately framed Orla? It be true. But what skin be that off head of anybody's nose? That Orca be a murdering scurvy dog. I may have a grudge against that Orca, but I always felt grateful toward the captain. Captain? The Orca murdered Azra and the captain, so of course she should walk the plank. I don't have a response to that. I agree it wouldn't make any sense for him to kill the owner. Why would he? But his hatred for Orla, on the other hand, comes through loud and clear. Wait a minute. If killing Mr. Shipley doesn't make sense, who would it make sense for Rhymes to kill? Maybe my theory's been all wrong. Again, Your Honor, I think I just became aware of a new fact. Oh, and what is that? Now that we know about Mr. Rhymes' intense hatred of Orla, it turns the premise we've been arguing under on its ear. I will now reveal the identity of the individual Mr. Rhymes meant to kill from the start. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh heck. He's going after Jersey the whole time. Okay, so I don't think he cares about Sasha. And he's also been trying to protect her. Was he trying to kill... Well... Would he kill anybody just to get Orla killed in the first place? Orla? Is it Rifle? Is Rifle the one we're trying to destroy? Do we want to blame Herman Crab? Do they really have horrible things between them going on? Well, hold on. Herman was the one who was supposed to meet the captain that morning at the pool. If he had gone there... Oh, good heck.
Take that!
I don't think that's right, but... This is the one the witness meant to kill from the start. Okay, so I'm wrong. Really? But why? Well, because... one can only wonder. Mr. Wright, how dare you roll the dice when you accuse someone of intent to murder? I apologize, Your Honor. I'll do better next time. Okay, who did Mr. Rhymes bear a grudge against? There's only one answer. So is it actually Orla?
Take that!
No? What? So the witness's intent was to kill the orca? Exactly. The witness's intended victim was not Jack Shipley. From the start, it was all a scheme to kill Orla. The orca was his true target, but Jack Shipley is the one who died. The orca is alive and quite well. Hydrate? Yeah, do that. Oink. Thank you, Otterschmel. He's right. He wanted to kill the orca, and yet it was Jack Shipley who fell to his death. How did that happen? Wait a minute. What if Mr. Rhymes wanting to kill Orla was somehow connected to Mr. Shipley's death? At a loss for words, are you? What happened to your bravado a moment ago? Enough of these reckless words without any basis in fact.
Objection!
They aren't reckless words. The basis for my claim is at the real murder scene, the show pool. What are you talking about? It's my contention that two incidents happened at the show pool. The attempted murder of the orca, and the victim falling to his death. First of all, in order to kill the orca, Mr. Rhymes removed something from the scene. And by doing so, he made it possible for Mr. Shipley to fall to his death. He did what now? Mr. Wright, what did Mr. Rhymes remove in an attempt to kill Orla? The water?
Take that!
But don't tell me you're trying to claim he tried to kill the orca by draining the pool water. That's exactly what I'm claiming. To help the defendant with the cleaning, Marlon Rhymes took charge of Orla, with the plan to kill Orla in the show pool. And because the pool water was drained, it made it possible for Jack Shipley to fall to his death in the show pool. Fully by accident? I tried to kill the orca, you say? Can you even prove there was nary a drop of water in the pool? That day I was simply looking after the orca. Why would I have the monstrous thought of killing it?
Objection!
You claim you were looking after Orla in the early morning hours of July 20th. But I don't think you were doing a very good job of it. After all, Orla wasn't given anything to eat during that time. How would you know such a thing? I know because of Orla's record here in the torpedo data system. This system continuously records data on the subjects it monitors. From Orla's record, we can tell exactly when she ate or didn't eat. Sink me. Nobody ever told me about that dastardly contraption. Only a few of the Shipshape Aquarium staff knew about this system. According to Orla's record, she never ate in those early morning hours of the 20th. You planned to kill Orla, and that's why you didn't feed her.
Silence!
You're wasting time. What proof do you have of that? Perhaps the orca simply wasn't hungry. He's right. Don't have any proof. If Orla simply didn't eat, then that would create an inconsistency. Where'd her fish go? Her fish? Good question. Where did it disappear to? Fish? What does it matter? What relevance does it have to the case? Cease this stalling with inconsequential questions. Stop delving into the depths of the orca's stomach and delve into the case instead.
Objection!
So much delving. But wait, it may seem like a small inconsistency, but it's an issue of great importance, I think. What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? How could the fish disappear? Somebody must have eaten it. So who came to the show stage and ate Orla's fish? I think I might have a pretty good idea. It was Rifle, yeah, and we have her footprints, yeah, and bark. I believe there must have been a visitor to the show stage that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice. Visitor? We're trying to introduce yet another suspect at this 11th hour. If you utter more of your careless remarks, Talker won't look favorably upon it. I don't plan to utter any careless remarks. Whether my remarks will actually be related to the case or not yet, I don't yet know.
We did just see Rhymes eating that swordfish.
Yep, he gulped it all down himself just to be sure. Don't worry, boss. If Tonka comes this way, I'll fend him off. But do try to keep your remarks careful. Somehow, Orla's fish disappeared. Somebody must have visited the show stage, but who? This was the visitor to the show stage. Rifle. I believe a Rifle the Penguin visited the show stage. First an orca, now a penguin. Why would you be saying such a thing, Mr. Lawyer? I didn't see Rifle during the wee early morning hours. Do you have any proof Rifle visited the show stage? If you be a lawyer of any sort, show me your evidence. The bottom of Rifle's feet were pink for some reason. That fact is a clue that Rifle was indeed at the show stage. I have to present that piece of evidence that connects Rifle to the show stage. Now, to prove I'm a lawyer worth my salt. This is the proof that Rifle visited the show stage. Right there in the corner.
Take that!
Anyway. Oh my, what a cute little sign. Look at all those adorable stars. These stars are actually starfish. Miss Buckler painted this sign. In the early morning hours of the 20th, she left this sign at the show stage to dry. Mr. Rhymes kept an eye on the sign for Miss Buckler while the paint was drying. Aye, that be true, but what be your point? On this sign is proof that Rifle visited the show stage. Proof of the penguin's visit? I'm afraid I don't see it. Where is this proof that the penguin visited the show stage? Please point it out. Yeah.
Take that!
A couple of the pink starfish are shaped a little differently from the others. Ah, you're right. They look almost like little leaves. Rifle had pink paint on the bottom of her feet. These little leaf-like shapes on this sign are actually Rifle's footprints. Rifle made these footprints by walking on the sign before it was dry. Oh, what cute little pink penguin prints. So these are footprints. What of them? Marlon Rhymes was watching over this sign at the show stage while the paint dried. And during that time, the penguin paid a visit. According to the torpedo data system, we know that Rifle ate something that morning of the 20th. Most likely, Rifle ate the fish meant for Orla that was at the show stage. Orla's snack was a small quantity of fish. Even a penguin could have eaten it all. Begad, Rifle ate Orla's fish? Who be you to say Rifle ate Orla's fish? She could have picked up food anywhere. But that doesn't change the fact that I really was at the show stage. After all, I had to help move the skull rock. It couldn't have been moved without me. The witness claims he never saw the penguin. How do you explain this contradiction? Both Mr. Rhymes and Rifle were at the show stage, but Mr. Rhymes didn't see her. So where could Mr. Rhymes have been at the time? Right, Donop. If you aren't up to the task, I could disprove this witness's testimony for you. If I leave it to Prosecutor Blackwell, Sasha will be declared guilty. I can't let him interrupt this line of reasoning. Mr. Wright, let's try to figure out how things looked when Rifle came to show stage. Mr. Rhymes was at the show stage keeping an eye on Orla and the sign. We know it must be true because he had moved Skull Rock. And then Rifle came in and walked over the sign. Wouldn't Mr. Rhymes notice Rifle if he was right there? Well, let's think about where Mr. Rhymes could have been. Is there a place in the show stage area from which Rifle couldn't have been seen? I mean, if he was also in the water in the tank? Also, if he was looking down that ladder, as we saw, that he... So is it the ladder or is it the water? How about I point to the part of the ladder that is in the water? Then he can't possibly say I'm wrong.
Take that!
What? Inside the pool? Well, you're right. If he was inside the pool, he wouldn't have noticed Rifle. So you say Mr. Rhymes was underwater the whole time Rifle was eating? No, not underwater. When I think about what he was trying to do, the answer is clear. Now I'm finally starting to get the whole picture. Just like yesterday. Must you two always be whispering to each other? Why don't you admit that resorting to a penguin will get you nowhere?
Objection!
Oh, I don't know about that. The fact that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice Rifle is such a small inconsistency. But it's a key point that proves what Mr. Rhymes was trying to do. The penguin is a key point. The show stage pool is very deep. If a Rifle came to visit while Mr. Rhymes was at the bottom of this pool, he would have never noticed a Rifle. Arrgh. Orcas can be out of the water for a short time without sustaining damage. But if they're out of the water for a long time, they weaken and eventually die. In order to kill Orla, Mr. Rhymes had to drain the pool. And while the pool was drained of water, Mr. Shipley fell to his death. The show stage pool is about 65 feet deep, just like the Orca pool. Without water in the pool, a person could be made to fall 65 feet. Mr. Rhymes probably wondered what to do. If he continued with his plan to kill Orla, how would he dispose of Mr. Shipley's body? So he devised a plan to kill two birds with one stone. What? How? Mr. Rhymes went down to the bottom of the pool and put the victim's body in the rock. He then had Miss Butler move the rock and the body together.
Silence!
And the witness made the defendant do this somehow without arousing a suspicion. And that's right. Mr. Shipley told Miss Butler that she couldn't perform in the new show. Miss Butler became upset and wanted to switch back to the old version of the show. So Mr. Rhymes conveniently suggested that she take and hide a prop for the new show. Mr. Rhymes then manipulated Orla using her singing and lifesaver tricks. He schemed to have Orla find the body while Ms. de Plume would be standing witness. He saddled Orca with a false charge of murder so that Orla would be put down. What? Arr. Rawr. Rawr. So, the fact that the witness didn't see the penguin. shows that when Rifle visited the show stage, Rhymes was putting the body in the rock. At the bottom of the pool, that is. Who would have thought the presence of a penguin could prove the witness's actions? It's working. Just a little further now, and Sasha will be proven not guilty.
Silence.
If you think you've won this battle, you're sorely mistaken. Your theory is based on the notion that the witness could manipulate the orca. Witness, can you control the orca's actions? Yes. Of course not. What kind of bilge be that? I be but a simple animal keeper. If my memory serves, wasn't Ms. Buckler the only one who could issue commands to the orca? The judge's blade is sharper than the lawyer's. If you wish to do battle with a witness, you'll need a honed blade. Where is your sword of evidence that Marlon Rhymes could manipulate the orca? Ah! Rhymes had to have manipulated Orla in order for his plan to work. But how can I prove it? Well, we have the cell phone that showed that Summer's boyfriend has videos of her using a whistle to make the orca do tricks. The singing trick being from Azura's era of song and not Sasha's is the proof that it was these videos and not anything current. Well, it appears this line of reasoning has become unsustainable.
Objection!
Well, it appears that I was mistaken. Athena? I've analyzed the hearts of all kinds of people. I have enough experience to see when I look into your heart that you ain't giving up. So that objection was my way of speaking up for your heart. She's right. Why would I become a lawyer again only to give up? I have to keep fighting. Athena, thank you. With your help, I've remembered the old right way. The right way? Your Honor, I'm not finished with presenting my argument. Do you have anything else to ask this witness? You've cross-examined all the witnesses and presented all your evidence.
Objection!
All the witnesses? I don't think so. I haven't cross-examined the most important one, the central figure in both cases. The central figure? The one involved in not only the case a year ago, but this current case too. I've never called her as a witness, but it's time to do so now. Who are you talking about? I demand you tell the court immediately. Who is this central figure in both cases? Is it actually the orca? Of course, it's actually the orca. I mean, it could be Norma de Plume, but it's actually the orca.
Take that!
The defense calls a central figure in both cases Orla the Orca. You intend to cross-examine an orca? Cross-examine an orca? You must be addled. It'd be impossible, says I.
Silence!
This absurdity is beyond the pale. How do you expect to question an orca, a creature incapable of speech?
Objection!
Orla is intricately involved in this case. I have every right to cross-examine her. Besides, even if she can't speak, I think cross-examining her will be valuable. Very well, do what you will then. If you fail to garner anything from this little exercise with the orca, I hope you realize the reward for your efforts will be the defendant's guilty verdict. I'm ready and confident. So, cross-examining Orla, huh? That was a bold move, boss. Dumber than the parrot? I don't know. I think Orla's smarter than the parrot. Of course, the parrot can talk in a way that the Orla cannot. The orca cannot. That was a bold move, boss. Now we have to figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla. That's right. Now it's Orla's turn to help us save Sasha. An Orca defended yesterday, and an Orca witnessed today. This is truly unprecedented. But even though this is highly unusual, I'm prepared to allow it. Bailiff, ready the witness telecast. We'll have a 10-minute recess while the telecast is being set up. See, back in the day, you need to be continued. 10 minutes to set up a video call. All right, let's save this progress. Let's progress on this save. Trial day 2, the truth about the past. July 22, 11:21 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 3. Leave it to you, thanks to like calling Orla, Mr. Wright. Well, she's the only one who knows all the answers after all. I just talked to Pearls, and she said Orla seems to be feeling fine. Now we have to try and figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla. If we put Mr. Rhymes and Orla together, maybe we can get some kind of clue. And I can't forget about that strange set of prints of Rhymes's either. I really appreciate you trying to save both Orla and me. I had no idea Marlon hated Orla like that. I feel like I've been shocked by a torpedo ray. Of course, he would hate the killer whale that murdered his girlfriend right in front of him. Oh, Mr. Plume, you've been watching the trial? Oh, yes. I came to make a declaration of war. A declaration of war? No matter what the results of today's trial, I will report the truth in my new book. Even if that truth goes against what I wrote in The Killer Whale. I don't know what the truth is, not even about what happened a year ago. Dr. Crab. Angela died right in front of my eyes in the middle of the power show. She suddenly fell from the orca's back and began to thrash around in pain. The orca was singing a song and then started headbutting Azra over and over. Oh no! Oh no! Azra died of her heart condition, and Orla was just trying to bring her back to suscitation? Back to suscitation, that's the word I'm going to use. Finally, the orca took Azra in her mouth and brought her to the side of the pool. Just before she died, Azra was holding her chest in obvious pain. She was holding her chest? Wait a minute, could it be? I don't think Orla was to blame for the incident a year ago, either. What? I think the cause of Miss Summer's death might have been her heart condition. Heart condition? What heart condition? I never heard anything about it. Miss Summers had a prescription with Hickfield Clinic for a heart condition. The orca didn't kill her. I think it's possible her heart condition did. What? Azra had a heart condition too? I guess she hid it from everybody. Just like I did. So that means the orca was innocent a year ago too? It's just a theory, but I think the orca headbutted Azra to check on her. And then did the lifesaver trick to rescue her. So there was no need to put the orca down after all? So, you really did intend to put Orla down? No, Jack and I were against such a thing from the start. You said you were going to euthanize the orca. Yeah, I've been wondering about that. Dr. Crab, about this capsule. It's not a poison, but a sleeping drug, right? That's right. Even if Orla attacks someone, or even if the Center for Dangerous Animal Control demands she be put down. I never had any intention to kill her. I'll use sleeping pills to make it look like she was dead and set her free. Aw, That's why I purchased so many sleeping capsules. Oh, that's why. I never considered the possibility that that poor woman's death was illness. She seems pretty disturbed to be wrong. I simply want to know the truth. That is why I will tell you who my client is. The day I witnessed the owner's death, I was there at the request of the animal keeper. Marlon Rhymes? That is correct. That day, my client called me to ask me to investigate the orca pool. He must have wanted you to witness what Arlo was going to do. Why did you decide to tell us this? My desire to protect my client was standing in the way of the truth. I couldn't allow that. I'll be watching to see how this all unfolds. Good luck to you, Blue and Yellow Duo. Finger guns. Well, that was quite a bombshell she just dropped it, so casually, too. That woman really is a free spirit. Do you remember what you said yesterday, Mr. Moore? That you'd expose any secret if it would help save Sasha. I remember. It's my duty as a lawyer. Well, I just want you to know that I don't blame you for exposing the aquarium's secret. Might put me in hot water, but if it helps save the orca, let me clue you in on another secret. Focus on the orca song. The orca song, huh? What could he be hinting at? Oh, Mr. Wright, looks like it's time. All right, let's go back in. You got it, boss. We can go in there and save Sasha and Orla together. July 22nd, 11:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. The court will now reconvene. Is the witness, Orla Shipley, commonly known as Orla, ready? Well, the orc is present, but I highly doubt she understands what's going on. Oh, just as adorable as yesterday. I distinctly remember you being afraid of her on several occasions. Now then, Mr. Wright, how do you propose to cross-examine the witness? I intend to have the young lady there with Orla help me. Hello, everyone. That young lady. Didn't I meet her once before, a long time ago? Yes, that's Pearl Fay, my old friend. Well, well, didn't she grow up to be a lovely young lady? Ah! I have no interest in this chit-chat. On with the cross-examination. Mr. Wright, this is all your fault. Why are you dawdling? How is this my fault? The court will now hear the testimony of Orla Shipley. Witness testimony. How Orla was manipulated. All right. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Do you seriously intend to cross-examine this orca? Well, she is a key witness for the defense after all, sir. Every time you come to my courtroom, you open my eyes to a new way of thinking. It appears this will be another of those times. Yes, he's given me the go-ahead. I'd now like to put the witnesses and Mr. Rhymes together to see how he manipulated the orca. Hopefully, Orla will have some kind of reaction. Fine by me, but now it will happen, I tell you. Mr. Rhymes is right. Nothing happened. I guess I shouldn't have expected it to be easy. How did he manipulate her? Right, Donor, I hope you realize that if you can't prove with this cross-examination how Rhymes controlled the Orca, your defendant will be declared guilty immediately. Yes, I realize that. This is my last chance. I have to figure out how Rhymes commanded Orla to do her tricks. With video that includes the higher-than-human hearing sounds. Please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Cross-examination. How Orla was manipulated. Okay, so I don't think that in any particular... I mean, am I going to press every single one of these? I think I'm going to press every single one of these.
Hold it!
Ms. Shipley, I'm afraid Fweet is not going to get us anywhere. This is your plan of action. If you are incapable of interpreting Orca speech, this entire exercise is folly.
Objection!
You leave the interpretation of Orla's heart to me. All right, girl, what you got to say? Let me hear. Oh, Orla, you're so cute. Right, Donald. Surely you don't intend to continue this farce. I do. Miss Shipley, please continue with your testimony.
Hold it!
Could you interpret that for the court, Miss Sykes? I'm getting a strong reading of happiness. Maybe she thinks she's doing a show. I demand serious witness testimony. This is no time for fun and games. If you continue this mockery, I will subject you to 40 lashes with a wet fish. Not a wet noodle? That just sounds fishy. Hey, speaking from experience, anything is better than 40 lashes with a whip. Say about Francisca. The defense will please caution its witness to conduct herself with propriety.
Hold it!
Instead of impersonating a one-orca band, could you show us the lifesaver trick? I guess Orla won't do what you want unless you give her the proper signal. Oh, doesn't Orla sing beautifully? Hot coffee to the face, yes. Tucker's singing voice is much more melodic and clear. Oh. Neither one should quit their day job. Please continue your testimony, Ms. Shipley. Fweet.
Hold it!
Ms. Shipley seems to want to communicate something. Perhaps she's hungry. Miss Fay, could you give Miss Shipley a snack? Certainly. One moment. What a heartwarming scene. It reminds me of my granddaughter with her pet. Wow, your granddaughter must have a pretty large pet. Stop all this pet prattle and get on with the cross-examination. But she's such an adorable creature. I never get tired of looking at her.
Silence!
I, on the other hand, have had more than my fill of this tomfoolery. Enough is enough. It sounds like Prosecutor Blackwell is about to blow his top. What should I do? Should I continue the cross-examination? I'll stop and I'll show the bark. Well, I'll continue and show the bark. Heck. Things being missing. But I'm not finished with my cross-examination. You've just about exhausted my patience, right, Donner? Mr. Wright. Sorry, Mr. Wright, please finish as quickly as you can. Yes, Your Honor. But I'm not really sure how to continue, to tell the truth. We show the phone. Mr. Rhymes had to have commanded oral somehow. Do we have anything in evidence he could have used? Yes. With Orla, it's not like I can present evidence that contradicts a particular statement. I guess it doesn't matter which statement. What could be used to command Orla? Witness, please continue with your testimony. Okay. Summer's boyfriend has videos.
Objection!
Sasha told me an interesting story about Miss Summers. Azure used to send her boyfriend videos of herself teaching the orca tricks. I used to help Azure take the videos on her TV phone. Most likely, Mr. Rhymes still has these videos of Miss Summers. Miss Fay, could I ask for your help? Of course, Mr. Nick. What is it? You're using Mr. Rhymes' TV phone, correct? I'd like you to examine it for me. Please look for videos of Azure Summers issuing whistle commands to Orca. To Orla. Hold on. Is she still too young to be going through a man's phone for a video of him and his girlfriend? 17. Please look for videos of Azure Summers issuing whistle commands to Orla. Videos? I'm not too sure how to do that, but I'll give it a try. My apologies to Marlin. Right, Dunno. What are you up to? Illegal search. You'll see in a moment, if Pearl can find those videos for me. Mr. Nick, I found them. I found some videos like you described. You did? Thank you, Miss Fay. Just as I suspected. How did Marlon Rhymes get Orla to do those tricks? I will now show you. With Mr. Rhymes' cell phone. His cell phone? Are you implying he used an app? Miss Fay, see if you can issue Orla a command. Me? Can I do such a thing? You might be able to if you play a video with a whistle signal in it. If there's a video of the lifesaver trick, please play that. Before you do, though, please put the practice dummy in the pool. The practice dummy? All right. In it goes. There. It sank to the bottom. Now play video. Orla's diving down, heading straight for the dummy. What a smart girl you are, Orla. The lifesaver trick was a complete success, Mr. Nick. Thank you, Miss Fay. You were a big help. Now I have proof. Unbelievable. You actually pulled it off. That was the lifesaver trick we saw yesterday. Is Miss Fay an orca trainer now? No, Your Honor. I'll explain after we try one more trick. Now, let's see if we can command Orla to do the singing trick. Miss Fay, if there's a video of the singing trick, please play that. Certainly. Let's see. Is it this video? my, isn't she wonderful? There was the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. Oh, what a lovely singing voice. It wasn't bad. By the way, how did Ms. Fay give the orca those commands? Marlon Rhymes has something on his phone that his girlfriend, Azura Summers, sent him. They're videos of Ms. Summers issuing commands to Orla with a whistle. If they have Orla listen to the sounds of the signals, anyone at all could command Orla. Oh, my. Anyone at all? Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. All they would have to do is play those videos. Mr. Wright, please submit those videos as evidence. I'm getting the sneaking suspicion the judge just wants to try it out for himself. Ms. Fay, could you send those videos to the TV phone here? All right, certainly. Got him. All right, I'll try playing one. Aww. So this was a training session a year ago, huh? But wait a minute. There's something about that song that bothers me. Yes, it's not the same song. TV phone updated in the court record. Oh, heck, ah! If the orca can be commanded using videos on a cell phone. Hold on. TV phone updated in the court record. A cell phone used by Shipshape Aquarium staff. Videos of Summers can be viewed. 2 pages. Description of videos. There are several videos on Rhymes' phone sent to him by Summers. In the videos, Summers is having the orca do tricks such as Lifesaver and singing. The song in the video is different from the one on the show now. Next to view. To view? Show it again? Okay. Anyway, if the orca can be commanded using videos on a cell phone, then that means that Marlon Rhymes could have manipulated the creature. Mr. Rhymes, you can't talk your way out of it now.
Silence.
I have to commend you. That was very good proof. I concede Marlon Rhymes could have manipulated the orca. But isn't it true that the defendant could have done it as well? All she would have to do is use the whistle she knows how to use so well. And she wouldn't have had to use those videos. Surely you admit it's a possibility? She could have easily had Norma DePlume witness the singing and the lifesaver trick. So he's trying to argue it was equally possible for Sasha as it was for Rhymes, is he? But is that true? Let me think about that for a minute. No. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries. It was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. The culprit made sure Miss DePlume heard the song and saw the lifesaver trick. Could Sasha have shown these 2 tricks to the witness she would not have? No, I don't think Miss Buckler could have created the same conditions as the culprit. You challenge me to a battle. I hope your sword is sharpened. Let me see those sword skills of yours. Don't you worry. My sword is drawn and ready. My sword is evidence that the 2 tricks couldn't have been shown at the same time. Okay, so is it this, with the song being different from the one DePlume heard? Or do I have specific, Oh, well, there's that. Evidence the two tricks were shown at the same time. It says that right there. But is that what we're actually going to show? All right. She couldn't have shown two tricks, and Marlon couldn't either. That's why one of them is the song, the old song, probably from another recording, while when we played it, she sang the new song, which is not anything like what was on the video. That's my guess.
Take that!
Ms. de Plume said in her testimony that she witnessed these two tricks at the same time. However, that fact is inconsistent with how Orla performs tricks. How Orla performs tricks? What are you talking about? Orla can't perform two tricks at once. She performs only one trick per whistle signal. That's how she's been trained. In other words, it would be just like with a dog. If you tell him to both sit and shake, he won't do them at the same time. Am I understanding it correctly? Yes, that's the idea, Your Honor. I wonder if the judge is a dog. What a farce. So you're saying that the witness somehow managed to produce an impossible scenario? If the creature's own trainer couldn't do it, how could I? Yes, it's a mystery, isn't it? Boss, you don't have to agree so cheerfully. The defense is claiming that Marlon Rhymes manipulated the Orca. But if you cannot explain fully how this was done, the argument doesn't hold water. If you can't straighten out your own theory, would you like me to straighten you out? No, thank you. So Orla can't do two tricks at a time, but Ms. de Plume saw her do it. This logical inconsistency means there's a flaw somewhere. Was Ms. de Plume lying? Or is it not true that Orla can't do two tricks at a time? But Ms. de Plume had no reason to lie about such a thing. If it really is impossible for Orla to perform two tricks at once, then maybe either the lifesaver trick or the singing trick was faked? Faked. Yes, maybe Orla only performed one of the tricks, but it was made to look like she performed two.
Silence!
Maybe. How do you expect to conduct a sword battle with conjecture? It sounds like I better present some evidence here, and fast. Although I'm concerned about your profuse sweating, Mr. Wright, allow me to ask you, which of the two was fake, the lifesaver trick or the singing trick, the song? The defense wishes to argue that the singing trick was faked. And on what grounds do you base your assertion that the singing trick was faked? The show song is different from the one de Plume heard. But do I also have proof that shows that the song itself changed? No, there was a moment of proof that he only has, or that she could only know one song at a time. Is that a thing I have a piece of evidence for? I don't think that's a thing I have evidence for. And I may have got that confused by this.
Take that!
This is a recording of a recent swashbuckler spectacular. In this recording, Orla sings the same song she sang from his Fae earlier. But Ms. de Plume said this song is different from the one that was sung a year ago. The song is different? Please listen to the song in the video from a year ago sent to this cell phone. Eee. Yes, it sounds quite different from the song Orla sang from Ms. Faye earlier. And yet, this is the same video Ms. Faye used to issue the command to Orla to sing. by having Ms. DePlume listen to the song recorded in cell phone video. The true culprit made Ms. DePlume think Orla was singing the song from a year ago. Only Marlon Rhymes, the owner of the cell phone videos, could have done this.
Silence!
But Ms. DePlume said she heard the orca singing right in front of her. How do you claim you made her think that? How was the song recording played? I intend to explain that too, of course. But the answer lies somewhere in the Orca Pool Visitors Corridor. Marlon Rhymes played the song recording by using this. The walkie-talkie, of which Shipley's still has not been found.
Take that!
Ms. DePlume heard the song while she was in the Orca Pool Visitors Corridor. There's a speaker in that corridor so that visitors can hear the orca's sounds. And you claim the song was played from that speaker. How? Here's how Rhymes played the song over the speaker in the visitors corridor.
Take that!
Mr. Rhymes could broadcast the song in the video to the speaker by using a walkie-talkie. And he could get Orla to do a trick by letting her hear Miss Summer's whistle signal, too. He played the singing through the speaker, and he made Orla do the lifesaver trick. All of this was the doing of the true culprit, Marlon Rhymes. This is what you did, isn't it, Mr. Rhymes? You did it. Now I can save both Sasha and Orla. Just leave the cabin right swashbuckling lawyers to win any case. I don't remember agreeing to that name. So it actually was possible for Mr. Rhymes to manipulate the orca. I'm stunned. I see we will need to hear more from this witness. Mr. Rhymes, the time has come for you to tell the court the truth. So I used a walkie-talkie, you say? Sorry, but you're dead wrong, me bucko. It'd be impossible, says I. What do you mean, impossible? I shall sing you a little shanty dissing your scurvy theory. Hark you well now. Oh no. Witness testimony. The dissing of Phoenix Wright. Yo, walkie-talkie be broke for real. Mr. Lawyer's freestyle got no appeal. Broke before the plume on the scene, broke before Wright could ever dream. The jig goof during cleaning time out, the second lawyers been lies. That orca don't listen to me, okay? The old cabin? You so cray-cray. Sorry, again, I do not have the rhythm to do this kind of thing live. Here we go again with that flip-flop music. Broken? Of all the flimsy excuses. Bilge suck. That was uncalled for. You probably broke it on purpose after the fact. That be untrue, little lassie. Although I can't prove when it really was. Lucky be it for me, you lawyers are the ones who have the proving to do. Phoenix Wright diss track. After everything we've uncovered, he still won't admit it. Somehow I have to prove that he still could have done it. Alright, cross-examination. The dissing of Phoenix Wright. Yo, walkie-talkie be broke for real, and Mr. Lawyer's freestyle got no appeal.
Hold it!
Mr. Rhymes, are you sure it was your walkie-talkie that was broken? What kind of Marcus is Marcus? Of course I'd be sure, although it doesn't have me name written on it or anything. But you can't prove it be not me walkie-talkie now, can you? I'll never save Sasha this way. I have to figure out how I got a command to Orla. If Ryan's going to get a command to the Orca, your theory crumbles. Everything you've done will all go up in smoke. I'll be not on the prosecution side neither, mind you. The defendant be innocent, says I. But either way, no walkie-talkie was broken, and that be the truth. Except Shipley's was not. Shipley's is missing. Broke before the plume on the scene, broke before Ryan could ever dream.
Hold it!
Do you have some way of proving that statement?
Silence!
The burden of proof is on you. If you can't do that, then we can end this cross-examination right now. Ah. Oh, yo, ho. Proof that it broke, bro, you joke. Lag even a second, you gun choke. Ride wanna press on every word? Nope, judge gonna judge undeterred. You go in front, then bring the pay. Stop and walk away and shout. Oh, you making me so mad. We gotta come up with our own freestyle, boss. Let's get him back with evidence instead, shall we? No singing. Witness, please continue your testimony about the walkie-talkie. Legit goof during cleaning time out, but bill-sucking lawyers spin lies.
Hold it!
You made a big blunder. What happened? After I helped Sasha with the cleaning, I dropped it by accident and broke it. You wish to see it? I still have it with me. It does indeed appear to be broken. With my walkie-talkie broken, there'd be no way I could have done what you said. Yeah, you used the captain's walkie-talkie. So, not only is it in Shipley's data that the walkie-talkie hasn't been found, we even see it's missing from its scabbard. Oh, and also I'm still saying that Bruce goes back to being the same as Marlon. Welland's marking the ladder, but I don't know for sure about that. With my walkie-talkie broken, there'd be no way I could have done what you said. Couldn't have given the orca any commands. Oh, your walkie-talkie broke. Isn't that just so convenient? Mr. Rhymes, I think you broke it on purpose. Miss Lawyer, none of your false accusations, if you please. I broke it on purpose. Where be your proof? I don't have any proof. If his walkie-talkie was broken, it throws a monkey wrench into my whole theory. When he let Pearls borrow his cell phone so casually yesterday, he must have already been confident I wouldn't be able to prove anything. You'll never get me to agree that Pox Store could be innocent. If something be not done about her, she'll get Sasha one day too. The orca killed the captain. It weren't me. So you intend to continue to claim that the defendant is innocent, do you? But I won't stand for that. Now, then. Right, you don't know. What's your next move? Your Honor, I would like to examine that walkie-talkie if you don't mind. Certainly. Here you are. Let's see if there's any way to tell when the walkie-talkie was broken. If you gave Oral that command, then it couldn't have been broken at the time. I can use the right stick to rotate the evidence, and A to examine if I notice anything of interest. You can also zoom in and out with X and B to get a better look. Now let's check every last unit for anything off. Okay, so obviously broken screen. Darn, it is broken. It doesn't seem to work. Wonder what would happen if I thump it. Hey, it's not no TV, you know. Please don't break any further. Let's keep looking. Okay. Hello, chopped up blade. Wait, is this the Shipley one then? Look at these. They look like tooth marks. Hey, you're right. A bite this big. I wonder if it was Orla. Wait, a walkie-talkie with tooth marks? Didn't we hear a story like that just yesterday? Use a walkie-talkie Azure used right up until their death. In the middle of the show, the orca brought Azure up to the surface in her mouth. She left tooth marks on Azure's walkie-talkie. Captain says he always kept that walkie-talkie with him so he'd never forget. Rhymes said this walkie-talkie was his, but could it be? Not all about it, don't you agree? Time to give it up, Mr. Boy. Forget the orca. Just save Sasha, says I. I can't do that. Now that I'm finally a lawyer again, how could I hold my head up if I made my client so miserable? Stubborn when you be. That orca, you don't listen to me, Kay. Kill Cam, you so cray-cray.
Hold it!
There could have been some other way besides the walkie-talkie to issue the command.
Silence!
Yes, the orca could have received a signal from the defendant's whistle. Is this the point you're trying to concede?
Objection!
No, that's not what I was saying. Some other way beside the whistle. Rotten lawyer, blackout samurai. Time for a freestyle drive-by. Sasha's legit, that's the truth. Orca's guilty, you gotta admit. I tell you, it'd be all the orca's doing. If you don't belay all this bilge, I shall diss you with some rap. I believe you've already been doing that. We tried pressing him, but didn't change anything. Oh, I don't know about that. His statements might not have changed, but the meaning of one of them may have. Really? You got something? And that one statement just might be the breakthrough we need. Alright, so. Look forward to and see wherefore likely to breathe. Goosed during cleaning time. Okay, so how do I convey to the game that we know that he is not using his own walkie-talkie? He is using the captain's. Hold on. Was there anything else on the walkie-talkie to examine? I can't check. Yeah. See, there's like no incident where he says that it is his own walkie-talkie to begin with. Can I just show Shipley's walkie-talkie hasn't been found? Obviously no, but we'll see.
Objection!
Okay. The walkie-talkie that the witness brought with him to court today may have been stolen from the victim, Mr. Jack Shipley. Our aquarium may look like a band of pirates, but thievery? Arr. According to the defendant's statement, Mr. Shipley talked to her on his walkie-talkie before his death. However, no walkie-talkie was found near the victim's body. Methinks the police just didn't look hard enough. Besides, the captain's walkie-talkie wasn't broken, be that not right? So his walkie-talkie has not to do with mine. I'm not so sure that's true. The victim fell to his death. It's quite possible his walkie-talkie broke in the fall. You stole the walkie-talkie after the victim's death, didn't you, Mr. Rhymes?
Silence!
I will not allow such leading questions, right or wrong. If you claim that the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim, show me your evidence. Well, certainly. I plan on doing just that. Please look at these tooth marks here on the walkie-talkie. Tooth marks. Ah, yes, I see them. The victim's walkie-talkie was a keepsake that used to belong to Azura Summers, who died a year ago. These tooth marks were left by Orla when she carried Miss Summers in her mouth. If this is Mr. Shipley's walkie-talkie, then Mr. Rhymes' walkie-talkie is still unaccounted for, which means he could have used it to command the Orca after all. And that's not all, Your Honor. The only one who could have taken the victim's walkie-talkie is the culprit himself. Arr. The fact that Marlon Rhymes had the victim's walkie-talkie is proof that he murdered Jack Shipley. You take it off the body. Sink me. Arr. Not so fast, Mr. Lawyer. What? He still won't admit it? This walkie-talkie be mine, says I. Then how do you explain the tooth marks on it? I've had many to run in with that orca myself. Arr. She bit me more than once, and me walkie-talkie too. Evidence of our fights are carved here into my body. My goodness. I can clearly see the tooth mark scars on your skin. What? Are those really scars from being bitten by Orla? Oh, yo, ho. You want answers? I got some, mate. These scars from Orla? That's right. Them girl can put up a nasty fight. That orca bit me and left me scarred. Have a rep to protect, so I win in hard. So, Mr. Lawyer, I win, just being frank, and Orla, you get the blank. I can't let him run this show. I have to find a way to prove the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim. And you can forget about fingerprints. I always keep your walkie-talkie clean and polished. This man had everything worked out before he even took the stand. But I won't give up. There has to be a way. Mr. Ryan, I found something interesting. The tooth marks on the walkie-talkie. Notice anything funny about them? Well, funny? Funny how? Something's different about them compared to the other tooth marks we've seen. The only other ones I remember are the ones on the practice dummy. It's just a tiny difference. It might not even mean anything. Right now, we need to consider every possibility we can, no matter how small. If I can figure out what's different about the bite marks, maybe I can somehow prove Rhymes' walkie-talkie actually belonged to the victim. Think, Phoenix. You can turn everything around right here and now. Woo! Time to review the facts we have so far. With the intent of killing Orla, Rhymes drained the show stage pool. But Rhymes failed to kill Orla, and instead he tried to pin Shipley's murder on Orla. In order to manipulate Orla, Rhymes must have used a cell phone and a walkie-talkie. But the walkie-talkie Rhymes has is broken. I think it's the victim's walkie-talkie, the one he kept as a memento of Azura Summers. I have to find a way to prove that it is indeed the victim's walkie-talkie. Which piece of evidence left on the walkie-talkie could prove it belongs to the victim? The orca's tooth marks. We have two pieces of evidence with tooth marks, the walkie-talkie and the dummy. What's striking about these two pieces of evidence? The tooth marks are different. So, they didn't give us a lot of time to do that. And for sure they didn't. Heck. But anyway, the point is, one tooth seems to be missing. Two different bite mark patterns. When I look closely, I see two different bite mark patterns. Two variations, huh? Wasn't there a trick of Orla's that had two different variations as well? The show song? Yes? Yes? Two different orcas. A year ago, the orca's song and teeth marks were different from what they are now. What could be the cause of these two inconsistencies? What's behind the fact that the orca's tooth mark and song were different a year ago? New teeth grew in. It was a different orca. She learned a new song. Okay, so hold on. I like this hypothesis that it's a different orca, but I don't. Except it's the only thing that explains both the tooth marks and the song being different. But also, somebody would have noticed and said something. I mean, Sasha has been a trainer the whole time. She was even helping Azure make the videos. Right? Show me your teeth. Fine, let's say it's a different orca. There are two different orcas. I'm starting to think there are two different orcas. The one a year ago and Orla now. And if the orca a year ago wasn't Orla, it means the bite mark on the walkie-talkie isn't Orla's, just like Rhyme said it was. Now I can finally prove the walkie-talkie belongs to the victim. Mr. Wright, you appear to be lost in thought there. Is everything all right? I just realized something astonishing, Your Honor. Your face is what's astonishing, right, Dono? Your rudeness is what's astonishing, Prosecutor Blackwell. What is this astonishing thing you realized? Until just now, I thought the orca at Ship-Shape Aquarium a year ago and Orla were the same orca. However, two inconsistencies led me to a new fact. And that fact is that there might be two Aura Shipleys. What? Two different orcas? That's impossible. Order the court. Explain yourself. What is the basis for this preposterous claim? The orca show song a year ago and the one now are different. I believe it's because the orca a year ago was a different orca. Two different orcas, two different songs. That explains the show song contradiction. What be this Bilgewater talk? I don't understand. I'm talking about the truth. Truth that will finally catch you out in your lies. You claim that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were Orla's, but that's not true. The two different bite mark patterns on the walkie-talkie and on the dummy proves this. Yeah, there's a whole missing tooth there that exists in, well, whatever. What? Two different patterns, you say?
Silence!
Well, we can see there's a possibility that two different orcas exist. Bite mark patterns alone are not proof enough. Want more conclusive evidence. Alright, I will show you conclusive evidence then. So he wants to see evidence other than the bite mark patterns, does he? The orca a year ago and Orla have different songs and different teeth. Don't I have two videos on hand that can be used to compare those differences? I will now submit two videos with which the different songs and teeth can be compared. So it's that one and that one, yes? Those are my only two bite marks.
Take that!
And here is the other.
Take that!
Please compare these two videos, one from a year ago and one recent. As discussed, the two orcas are singing two different songs. They also have two entirely different voices. Please also pay special attention to the appearance of the two orcas' teeth. How exactly do you claim their teeth are different? Well, let's look for shots in the two videos when the orca's teeth are shown. This is Orla in the recent video of the swashbuckler spectacular pirate ship. As you can see, she has all of her teeth. What a healthy smile she has. I'm a bit envious. Next, let's take a look at the TV phone video from a year ago. Oh, just as I thought, their teeth are different. Oh, I believe this smile looks a little different from the one we saw a moment ago. As you can see, the orca from a year ago has one tooth that's broken off. If the teeth are different, then... Yes, if the teeth are different, they of course leave different bite mark patterns. On the practice dummy, you can see Orla's uniform pattern with all teeth intact. And on the walkie-talkie, you can see that one tooth is missing from the pattern. Ah, I see it. Just like the smile of the orca in last year's video. The tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were not made by the orca we know as Orla. They were made a year ago by a different orca. Two different orcas? I can't believe it. The statement that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were from Orla was a lie. The truth is, this walkie-talkie was stolen from the victim, Jack Shipley. And the only person who could have stolen it is... the true culprit, Marlon Rhymes. No, you got it all wrong. It'd be all the fault of that orca. Whoa, huh? Arr. You got it all wrong. It'd be the orca's fault. This can't be. Arr. The zoom out? Yeah, poor fella. Once again, I'm too weak to help anybody. Well, it would appear we should hear more from the defendant about Ora Shipley. Sasha Buckler? Yes, Captain Judge. Is what Mr. Wright claims true? Are there two different orcas? The secret that Ship-Shape Aquarium was hiding was about Orla, wasn't it? Dr. Crab told me to focus on the orca's song. He hinted it would be a clue. Phoenix is right. The one we call Orla is the second Ora Shipley. There actually used to be two orcas at Ship-Shape Aquarium. I used to call the first Ora Shipley just Ora for short. Ora and Orla are sisters. The captain rescued them both when they got beached on the shore. But Orla was in bad shape, and the ship's doctor had to look after her for a long time. Both orcas loved the captain, so we decided to keep him on at Ship-Shape Aquarium. Why didn't you say anything about there being two orcas? Well, because after the accident a year ago, Ora was put down. What? Ora's dead? Yeah. Center for Dangerous Animal Control demanded it. Apparently the captain and the ship's doctor begged him. We put the first one down, so please leave the second one alone, they said. Anyway, after the accident a year ago, the captain told us he was going to put Orla in the pirate show as Ora Shipley. He asked us to keep quiet about Ora's death until the time was right. What a surprising and complex tale. Did all Ship-Shape Aquarium employees know about this? No, just a select few of us. Really? Where were they hiding the other... Mr. Rhymes, did you know about it? Of course not. How would I? Tell me, Mr. Rhymes, did you plan on killing Orla from the start? Yeah. I planned to do it during the cleaning, so I drained the pool. I figured if I didn't do something about that beast, Sasha's life was in danger. Sasha trusted that orca just as much as Azura did. I wanted to protect her. I couldn't help Azura, so I felt like protecting Sasha was the least I could do. My duty. I built up my strength so I'd be ready to kill the orca. I even fought with sharks. The captain realized my plan and tried to save the orca. And that is why you killed Jack Shipley. Ah, now the report from the crime lab finally makes sense. Report from the crime lab? In court yesterday, you'll recall I showed a photo of the victim lying on his back. According to the lab, the bruise on the victim's right wrist was Ryan's handprint. His handprint? I didn't know how it fit in with the case until I heard Ryan's story just now, so I was right! And now I can imagine the reason for it being there. Rhymes must have made the handprint when he fought with the victim over the orca. A handprint made during a struggle? I don't care what happens to me anymore. I deserve the death penalty. No, nobody deserves the death penalty. I'm the one that killed the captain. Please give Sasha her not guilty verdict. Oh, you accept your defeat well, I see. Let me be your guide. To hell. Get on with the verdict, your baldness. It seems this unprecedented trial that began with an orc as the defendant has finally come to a close. Sasha's saved. Orals can be so happy. Sasha's not guilty verdict is coming. Why do I still have this strange, nagging feeling? Rhymes' handprint on the victim's right wrist. Was it really the result of a deadly struggle of the orca? No, he was falling... He was falling in. It was an accidental fall. He tried to save him at the ladder. That's why he was grabbing the ladder with one hand and the captain with the other. Was it really the result of a deadly struggle over the orca? I can't shake the feeling that handprint has some other hidden meaning. Is this trial going to end without revealing the whole truth? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Sasha Buckler. Objection!
Hold it!
Your Honor, please hold off on that verdict. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? I would like to further explore this new evidence the prosecution just submitted. What complaint could you have? You're about to get your not guilty verdict. I see no need to further prolong this trial, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, we still don't know the entire truth of this case. This unnatural handprint Mr. Rhymes left on the victim's right wrist. I don't think it was the result of a fight between the two men. Not the result of a fight. Then what do you suggest it was? Boss, what are you doing? Do you remember that evidence we found at the show stage? Evidence? What evidence? That mysterious mark might be the key to understanding the whole case. Your Honor, the defense would like to submit evidence that will expose the truth of this case. A mysterious piece of evidence that pairs with Mr. Rhymes' unnatural handprint.
Take that!
Marlon Rhymes left behind a very unusual set of fingerprints at the show stage. In what way were they unusual? They were right-hand prints on the left side of the ladder. If one were to grasp the ladder in the same way as the prints, it would look like this. Looks like the ladder's being grasped from above. Exactly, Your Honor. And the handprint on the victim's right wrist shows it was held with a powerful grip. Marlon Rhymes grasped the show stage ladder in an unnatural pose. If he was gripping the victim's wrist in this position... Gripping the victim's wrist... Then he must have been... That means Mr. Rhymes was actually... Oh, that's right. If we couple the unnatural handprint with the mysterious fingerprints... we see that Marlon Rhymes was trying to save the victim's life. What? He wasn't strong enough. Yeah. But that can't be. It's impossible. Why don't we ask Mr. Rhymes himself? Yeah, Mr. Rhymes, we want to hear the truth directly from you. Huh. Gotta hand it to you, Mr. Lawyer. You got skills. Why? Why did you have to figure it out? It doesn't matter what happens to me anymore. I'm ready to die. So is what the defense is claiming true? Captain, he found out I drained the show stage pool. He rushed to the side of the pool, frantic to put some water in for the orca. Then, he slipped. Captain, give me your left hand. No, Marlon, you'll fall too. Forgive me, Marlon. I didn't realize what deep pain you were in. But please, please don't blame Orla. It's nobody's fault. Not Orla's, and not yours. Hey! Captain! So, Jack Shipley's death was accidental. Why didn't you tell us that you didn't kill the victim? Because I have no right to live anymore. I'm ready to get the death penalty. No! Captain died because of me. And on top of it all, I used his body to frame Orla. I was gonna kill Orla and she wasn't even to blame. She didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I can do now is pay for it all with my life. Can't do anything. Couldn't save the captain. Couldn't avenge Azra's death. Mr. Rhymes, you have the wrong idea about Miss Summer's death. Long live the king. Yeah, that was a very simple. Right when he said that. The captain died because of me. It's your fault he was there. You have the wrong idea about Miss Summer's death. Not even the first Aura Shipley was responsible for her dying. Aura, of her own accord, was trying to save Miss Summer's life. What? What are you talking about? Azura Summers suffered from a heart condition, but she didn't tell anyone and she performed in the pirate show anyway. She had a heart attack and died before anyone could save her. I'm sure she didn't think Aura attacked her. There's nothing to avenge. No way. Heart condition. She never said a word about it. Maybe she didn't want you worried about it. So I wanted to get revenge all this time. For nothing. Pobrecito. So neither case was murder. Not a year ago, not this time either. Your responsibility in this matter is great, but I believe you can be rehabilitated. Marlon, you better come back to Shipshape Aquarium when you're done, you hear? Orla and I and everybody will be waiting for you. You still have a lot to offer, Mr. Rhymes. Live your life and never give up, for the sake of those who are gone as well. I promise to make up for what I've done, even if it takes me my whole life. Mr. Wright, Sasha? Thank you. Well, I have seen countless trials, but never one that ended like this. I don't know how, Mr. Wright, but you always seem to manage to turn things around. I think all this excitement has taken a few years off my life. Is that praise or a diss? Now then, this court finds the defendant, Sasha Buckler, not guilty. Yay! Court is now adjourned. Oh no. July 22, 5:11 p.m. Shipshape Aquarium, Orca Pool. Congratulations on your win. Thank you for all your help today, Pearls. All I did was have fun with Orla. Orla, I'm back. Oh, I missed you, girl. Oh, I'm so happy for you and Orla, Sasha. Everything turned out great. Phoenix, Athena, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Orla and I are both really grateful. I'll now act out my gratitude for the performance. Arr. Ms. Orca Lover, don't you think you better take care of your health first? Heck. Sorry, trying to finagle things. Alright, fine. I promise, no more shows till I'm better. I don't want anybody to worry about me after all. Good. I'm glad that's settled. Hey, buddy. Mr. Lawyer. You just had to blab every single one of the aquarium's secrets, didn't you? I'm sorry, Dr. Crab. Nah, it's alright. I'm glad. It was kind of hard to tell. Hydrate? Yeah, I can do that. Good. It was kind of hard to tell. Oh, well, thanks to you, they now know we're using the illegal torpedo system. But I think we'll be able to wiggle out serious repercussions somehow. That writer lady's advocating for her, saying the law itself's to blame. She said she's going to look into getting the law changed. Wow, go Ms. DePlume. She sure is a powerhouse. There's one thing you didn't figure out, by the way. Keep this to yourself, will you? We don't want to get it out public. Remember that appointment I had written down in my calendar? Oh, you mean meet the captain at the Orca Pool at 7 a.m.? I know it meant the Orca Pool, the Super Marine Aquarium. Not ship shapes. What? Why were you supposed to meet there? Because same as the first time, he never was going to euthanize the orca, but sleeping pill her and set her somewhere else. What? Why were you supposed to meet there? Jack and I, we visited the Super Marine Aquarium once a month. Any idea why? To get dolphin therapy treatment? No, silly. Remember I told you Jack and I were against putting the orca down from the start. What? You mean we just pretend to put the first orca shiplet down? Supermarine Aquarium's hard runner for us. What? Oh, so that talk about large amounts of money you were paying them? Once a month, the owner and the vet disappeared from this aquarium. And I came to find out that each time a large amount of money was being paid out. When we were paying for Orca's care, you wouldn't believe how much fish orcas eat. Now that it's been proven she was innocent all along, I think we can bring her back soon. Till then, keep it under your hat, okay? Huh? What's he telling you about? Oh, nothing much. By the way, Orla wants you to give her a little celebratory prize. Sweet. Orla specifically requested you give it to her, Phoenix. Alright, fine. Let's see. What can I give her? Okay. Alright, the fish I get.
Take that!
Orla, it's coming a day late, but congratulations on your verdict. Oh no. Oh no! Oh my! Aren't you lucky? That's Orla's best trick. The thank you kiss trick. Oh, Orla, I want to be next. And so the curtain fell on my first trial in years. I'm looking forward to the comeback of Sasha at Orla's Swashbuckler Spectacular. After all, I made a comeback of my own as a lawyer. A few months later. Ahoy there. Orca Keith's date. Time. Ship Aquarium. Entrance. It's been a while since I visited Ship Aquarium. Now that Sasha's recovered from her illness, she's performing today. There's still some time before the show starts. I think I'll wander around a bit. Hi, Phoenix. Hope you enjoy the show today. The orcas are excited and ready to go. Oh, I'm sure I'll enjoy... Wait a minute. Did you say orcas, as in plural? Yep. Let me show you. It's still a distressing sprite. What? 2 Orlas? Don't tell me. Yep, you caught it right. Orla Shipley the First has returned to Ship Aquarium. We be the 3 pirate sisters. Arr. We be out to stop the evil Scalawag League, led by Red Stash, the giant octopus. Well, I don't want to get in the way of their rehearsal. Guess I'd better go. Well, if it isn't Blue Boy, did you come for my book signing? Oh, Miss De Plume. There's a book signing? Yes, my new book is just out. It's called Ship Aquarium. Don't pull the plug. The book signing will be held here in this room. After all, the vet owes me a favor. Yeah, she got him to approve the use of the torpedo. I'm grateful. But why does she keep coming to my lab to bother me every single day? My next book will be entitled Sniper, the Penguin Leaves the Nest. Stop this cacophony. Why am I surrounded by carping females? Gee, Dr. Crab gets all the ladies. I guess I'll leave him to it. Oops, it's almost time for the show. Where have you been, Daddy? Polly and Athena already went in. Yes, he abandons everything because he is the ace attorney. While we were waiting, I bought some souvenirs to take back to the village. Sorry to keep you waiting. I bet they'll love your souvenirs back home, Pearls. By the way, I hear a certain someone is going to be in today's show. A certain someone? I wonder who it could be. Ooh, it's almost time. The show's just about to start. All right, let's go to the show stage then. I saved y'all seats, Mr. Right. Oh, I can't believe I get to see the show again. I'm so happy I want to dive in the pool. You'd better not. I think they'd call security. Why is the sign not up and posted somewhere? You're welcome in the pool anytime, Athena, but Red Stash is the best swimmer of all. Huh? Who have you got playing Red Stash's role? Sasha, Aura, and Orla are ready to go. Hey, I know that voice. Yep, you know it. Marlon is back, and he's playing the role of Red Stash. It be the new Swashbuckler Spectacular. Hope you enjoy it, me buckos. Okay.
And so, our pirates set sail for bluer seas under a sunnier sky. As for me, I set foot into the world of law once more as a full-time lawyer.
Mm-hmm. End! Total end. Game fully over. Wah! Turnabout reclaimed recorded. Reclaimed awarded. Congrats, you've unlocked a special bonus on the music and background settings screen. DD commemorative. Miloboshi tolerable. Heck. Alright. Okay. That, I believe, was all of Dual Destinies. We done did it, fellas. Okay, and there is one more game in this trilogy which we are not going to do next. It's the Spirit of Justice. When we come back to this time slot, we will be playing Hollow Knight, which is a game that was gifted to us by Boxo McFoxo. Yeah. And hopefully we will have fun with